Bajaur was waiting to happen in one sense because there have been attacks targeting JUI leaders, beginning with one incident in 2019, and then there were obviously a couple of more. Maulana, the Tehsil level, the leader who was targeted in this suicide bombing, Maulana Ziaullah Jan, I think this was his name. He was earlier targeted and he was wounded in that attack. So obviously, the workers' convention started off at somewhere close to 2, and the bomber probably was waiting for the Maulana to turn up, and it was then when he arrived, which was close to 4-ish, that the bomber blew himself up. So it is pretty much obvious that he was the target of this bombing, and so many others lost their lives in the process as well. So I think intelligence or investigating agency should have looked more closely at the events unfolding in Bajaur and followed up on things that were happening there already. I think this could have been preempted. This is my sense. The other thing is Bajaur has a running border with Afghanistan's Kunar province, which is the eastern province of Afghanistan. And Kunar has madrasas there, since the Soviet time, and the Saudis were funding, a particular, madrasas of a particular sect. This had, become a problem even then. And it so happens that ISKP followers follow a particular sect, and that's what is now causing the problems and friction. Because JUI-F follows the Deobandi school of thought, and that's the reason why. The other reason probably is this, that JUI believes in parliamentary democracy. It doesn't support armed struggle, even that of the TTP. It has clearly chosen a path to stay clear of anything that is closely linked with violence. And that was the reason why in the past even the TTP had targeted JUI. Fazlur Rahman was targeted, a few others were targeted. Mainstream leaders of the JUI-F were targeted. But this one is different. We all know that this was happening in Bajaur, and I think had investigating and the agencies looked more closely, probably they would have been able to preempt this one. Not just ISKP, the TTP as well. As I said, TTP has been scaling up, increasing number of attacks all across KP. That's very, very serious problem. And obviously ISKP, we shouldn't underestimate its strength. It can cause problems. A single suicide bomber can cause so much bloodshed that we have seen in Bajaur, and we saw in Peshawar when they bombed a Shia Imam Barga in the old part of Peshawar city. So that challenge is there. I think what we need is we need to strengthen the CTD. It's very, very important. Intelligence agencies have to gear up. CTD has to gear up. We need to give them wherewithal and the resources to overcome these challenges.